Now this is a truth table of half adder, and this is the expression for sum and carry. Now half adder have this particular circuit. Now in this circuit you can see that to get the sum you have to use a XOR gate, and to get the carry you have to use a AND gate. Now in case of full adder, now here you see in the half adder that you are considering that 2-bit input, okay, and you are not considering the, if any, carry from the previous bit position. So in case of full adder, the carry as an input is taken, okay, and in this case full adder truth table is depicted here, and the sum expression and the C out means the carry out expression and this. Now in this sum expression you can see that XOR A, XOR B, XOR C, that is the expression. And in case of carry out, that is AB plus C into A plus B. Now here in case of full adder implementation, this is the circuit diagram. Now in this circuit diagram, you see that 2 XOR is used, and for C out, 2 AND gate, 1 OR gate is used. Now here, this full adder have inputs are AI, BI, CI, and outputs are SI and CI plus 1. Now, if we implement a full adder using two half adder and a OR gate, then the circuit will be like this. Okay. This is nothing but the same circuit. Now here we have identified the half adder portion of that full adder circuit. Now we have identified that there is two half adder circuit is there, and two half adder and a OR gate can build a full adder. Now, if we see the NAND gate implementation, now here NAND gate is a universal gate. Now, using NAND gate, you can realize any particular gate and or XOR, but the number of NAND gate will be different. Now, if we use NAND gate, two input NAND gate for of a 1-bit full adder, one NAND gate for implementation of 1-bit full adder, then the circuit will be like this. Here you see that if we see the previous diagram, that this XOR and this NAND, this OR, all are represented, all are represented here by NAND gate. Okay. Now, here one thing, in the right hand side of this particular slide, you see there is a particular uh, diagram which showing that gate delay. Now what this gate delay is? The gate delay is, say, one gate delay is propagation delay through a two input NAND gate. One gate delay. Now in case of, if A and B is the input and C is the carry input, then in case of C out, the gate delay is here T In case of C out, here you see in case of C out. Now in case of C out, what is the gate delay? Okay, so that gate delay is number of NAND gate present to get the particular C out carry out. Now in case of sum, what is the gate delay? Number of NAND gate present to get that particular sum. Now here, if one NAND gate present, then one gate delay, two NAND gate present, two gate delay. So here in case of a C out, there is five NAND gate delay. Okay, and in case of sum, there is six NAND gate delay. Okay, so here this full adder can be used to build the repeal carry adder. In case of repeal carry adder, what I mean that if we 4-bit binary adder, so a 4-bit binary adder can be implemented cascading 1-bit full adder as follows. Say 1-bit 4-bit binary adder, then 1-bit full adder is required, and each and every bit full adder, say A0, B0 is the input for a full adder, then it will going to the output will be C1. Now that C1 will be used as a C in for the next full adder. Then C2 will be used for the C in for the next full adder. So in this way, this is repeal carry adder. Now this repeal carry adder is not so efficient because here the second full adder from right hand side can't perform the operation until and unless the first full adder from right hand side generate C1, because second full adder is depend upon C1 which is generated by the first full adder. So it's applicable for all the free adder throughout the process. Okay. Now after each and every full adder operation, we get a sum value and we get a carry value, and that carry value is used for next bit positions adding operation. Now here how many gate delay is required? So here you see that performance of n-bit triple carry adder. Now here, as I told you, that each and every, now the n-bit triple carry means number of the A's length is n-bit, B's length is also n-bit. So how many full adder block is required? We required n number of full adder block. Now here what is this GD? Is GD are nothing but the gate delay. Here you see, to get a sum, the gate delay is 6 GD. Okay, means the inputs A and B, and then we have that particular carry. So then altogether A0, B0, C0 is used to generate the A0, and we altogether 6 gate delay is required. 6 gate delay means 6 NAND gate delay. Okay, that means 6 NAND gate is present in that particular path. Say here in case of C1, you see that in case of C1, what is the gate delay? 5 NAND gate delay. Means to get the carry with the to with the input and the previous carry, the C1 is required there is 5 gate delay is required. Now here you see that after this first C1 is generated, means first full adder generate the particular carry, then subsequent full adder required only 2 gate delay to generate the C1 carry out, means C2 C3, and here also to get the sum only 2 gate delay is required. Okay, now so here the worst case propagation delay. So here the carry ripples from input C0 to Cn. Carry ripples means it's traversed via all these full adder, and ultimately the last carry uh, is the Cn, that is the carry out. Now worst case propagation delay for some in term of two input NAND gate delay, one gate delay is given by. Now worst case propagation delay means propagation delay for some from, means the Sn minus 1, what will be the particular delay is uh, required for some term. Okay, so in term of two input NAND gate, it will be 5. 5 means the first 5 means C1 now here the full adder from right hand side, the second full adder is depend upon A1, B1 and C1. Now to generate the C1, 5 gate delay is required, and for each subsequent sum value, means S1 S2, there is 2 gate delay is required. Means what? That up to n minus 2 there is 2 gate delay, you get S1 S2. Now sorry, 3 gate delay, you 3 gate delay you uh, get the particular S1 S2. Okay. Now that is 5 gate delay plus 3. That is what? That is previously it is 2 gate delay, means 6 gate delay to get the S0. Now to get the S1, what is the gate delay? 8 gate delay. How we get this 8 gate delay? 5 gate delay to get the C1 and 3 gate delay to get the S1. Now S1 is depend upon A1, B1 and C1. Now after 5 gate delay we get C1. Now after that 3 gate delay is required to generate the A1, B1. Similarly here you see that C2 is generated after how many gate delay? 7 gate delay. Now S2 is generated based upon A2, B2 and C2. Now here after 7 gate delay, how many gate delay is required to get the uh, value of S2? 3 gate delay is required. That means 10 gate delay. So here the propagation delay means the propagation of C0 then C1. The propagation delay for some, now the propagation delay affect the calculation of sum value. So the propagation delay in case of sum is represented by this equation. So 5 means the first two letters get delayed to generate the carry, and then subsequent two get delay from I equal to 1 to n minus 2, and then for the last sum bit means Sn minus 1, there is a requirement of 3 gate delay. So altogether it is 2n plus 4. Now this 2n plus 4, it is order of n, means it depend upon the number of bit. So the sum propagation delay for sum as well as the worst case propagation delay for carry output. Now here the carry output delay, carry output is what? T carry is the T carry means the last C out. Okay. Now carry output is given by delay for C n minus 1 plus 2. Now Cn minus 1 is the Cn is the last bit, last carry bit. Before that Cn minus 1. Now Cn minus 1 plus 2 is the particular delay for Cn. Now here Cn minus 1 is, first we required 5 gate delay to generate the C1, and for the subsequent all the bits position we required 2 gate delay from I equal to 1 to n minus 2. Please follow the highlighted part. 2 gate delay plus 2 is the last one. So here we also get the 2n plus 3. That means that propagation delay for carry output is also order of n. So both are order of n, means what? In case of propagation delay, the n bit triple carry have order of n, means it's depend upon the number of bits. That means it depend number of bits. If the number of bits is 4, then propagation delay will be low. If the number of bits is 100, the propagation delay will be more. Okay. Now here from the previous diagram, let us see that 5 gate delay and how we are saying that 5 gate delay for C out and 6 gate delay for sum. Here you see A and B are input for this NAND gate implementation of XOR. Now here you see that A and B. Now here in case of C out, please follow the highlighted part. This NAND gate have an input from this point, means this point. Now this point, to reach this point, how many NAND gate you have to traverse? You have to traverse 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now here after that, there is 2 NAND gate. Okay. Now two NAND gate. So ultimately you get the particular how many NAND gate? 5 NAND gate delay for C out. Now how 6 NAND gate delay for sum. Here you see to reach this point, there is requirement of 3 NAND gate delay. Now to reach this point, there is requirement of 3 plus 3, total 6 NAND gate delay. So in this way, the sum take say S0 to generate S0, to generate S0 means sum 6 NAND gate delay is required, and to generate C out using A, B and C, 5 NAND gate delay is required. Now here one thing is there, that the basic implementation is done by the NAND gate, and the counting this 6 TGD, 3GD means from C to sum, how many NAND gate is required? 3 to sum. C is here. Okay, it's go here. Now it's then here in this portion, please follow the highlighted part. First NAND gate, then second NAND gate, third NAND gate. So how many NAND gate is required? At least it have to propagate through 3 NAND gate. That's why here you see this C, then 3 NAND gate, we get the particular sum. Now here C, 2 NAND gate. How it's happened? Here you see the input. Now here C is propagate through this NAND gate, then this NAND gate we get the C out. Similarly, in case of A and B, the 3 NAND gate is for this particular XOR NAND gate implementation of XOR. Okay. Then in case of C out, there is 2 NAND gate. In case of sum, there is 3 NAND gate. So that's why here to generate S0, there is a requirement of 6 NAND gate GD. 6 GD means 6 gate delay. To generate C1, there is a requirement of 5 GD, 5 gate delay. Now, after this, to generate the particular carry C2, C3, there is only additional requirement of 2 NAND gate delay. 2 NAND gate delay. Why? Because A1, B1 is already processed. Okay, they are processed at the beginning. Now it's depend upon the propagation of carry, the delay happen. Means all the full adder is inputted by every bit positions input. Means all the bit positions first operation with the inputs A0, B0, A1, B1, A2, B2, that happened simultaneously. Now after that, what's the problem with repeal carry? Now you have to depend upon the carry to propagate from right hand side to left hand side. Until and unless you get the particular carry from the previous full adder, you can't process. Now you get the carry from previous full adder, immediately within 2 NAND gate, using 2 gate delay, you process it and generate the carry out from your from that particular full adder at that particular bit position. So here one thing you remember, that all this operation between the input bit A0, B0, A1, B1, A2, B2 all happen simultaneously, and the result is there and waiting for the carry in from the previous full adder. That means what? From the right hand side, this first full adder, the second full adder will wait for the generation of C1. That is the first full adder carry out. From the right hand side, third full adder will wait for the carry out bit of second full adder, that is C2. So here the delay happening because of this carry propagation delay. Now next we are going to see that how we can overcome this delay part. Now to design the fast adders, there is a concept of carry look ahead addition. Here this 6.2.1, its topic is carry look ahead addition. Now what is carry look ahead addition? Now carry look ahead addition, as we have seen that the sum and the carry of each stage can be represented by this expression. Means Si equal to Xi XOR Yi XOR Ci, and Ci plus 1 equal to Xi Yi Xi Ci Yi Ci. Now here this Ci, now here what was the problem in n-bit triple carry adder? N-bit triple carry adder problem is that every full adder is depend upon the carry out of the previous bit positions full adder. Now here that generate a propagation delay of order of n, means number of bits is more, then propagation delay will be more. Now here in case of carry look ahead adder, first the concept is depend upon two terms. One is product term, another is generate term, another is propagate. Generate function and propagate function. So here if we factorize this particular equation Ci plus 1, then we are going to get this Xi Yi plus Xi plus Yi into Ci. Now we can write this Ci plus 1 in form of this Gi plus Pi Ci. Now Gi is what? Gi is Xi Yi, and Pi is what? Pi is Xi plus Yi. Now here Gi is the generate function and Pi is the propagate function. Now here you see that every carry bit at the I plus 1 stage is depend upon Gi, and the Pi means the and of input of the particular previous bit position and the or of input of the previous bit position and the carry out of the previous bit position. Now here Ci plus 1 can be written as, now here Ci, if Ci plus 1 is Gi plus Pi Ci, then Ci is Gi minus 1 plus Pi minus 1 into Ci minus 1. So that means what? It will going to Ci plus 1 will going to give you this particular expression. Now, based on this, we can generate uh, 1 bit stage cell that will going to generate the generate function, propagate function, and the sum bit. Now here, if you give xi, yi, then here this particular left hand side AND gate, it is generating the generate value. Now here OR should be used, by instead of OR we are using XOR, because here if both are positive, then there is no need of this right hand side, because it will be positive as the output of AND gate is positive. Okay, what is the expression is that Ci plus 1 equal to Gi plus Pi into Ci. Now if Gi is 1, then whatever the value of Pi Ci, the output Ci plus 1 will be 1. Okay. So that's why we have used odd XOR here, and then the next XOR is generating the SI, the summation bit, and the propagate value. Okay, now here this bit stage cell can be used to create a 4-bit adder. Now in this 4-bit adder, here you see that every bit stage cell is generating 3 things. One is generate function G0 P0, generate and propagate function, generate and propagate value G0 P0, and sum. Now here the sum is depend upon the particular carry, the previous carry, but here G0 P0, these two values are not depend upon previous carry. What is the value? What is the G0 terms value? G0 terms is xi, yi. What is the value of P0 term? Means x0, y0. What is the value of P0? P0 is x0 plus y0. So here there is no C0. That means what? 0, P0, here all these particular generate and propagate value of each and every bit cell position, means G0, P0, G1, P1, G2, P2, G3, P3, all we can get without waiting for the carry from the previous bit position. Now here carry look ahead logic will generate the carry C1. Now when it will going to generate the C1, obviously it will going to use 0 P0, but G1 P1 will not depend upon this C1, because here G1 P1 is only depend upon X1 Y1. Now here these things decrease the propagation delay of carry. How it decrease the propagation delay of carry? Here, this using this carry look ahead logic, the G1 P1 is already generated. Now here you get the C1 from the use of G0, P0 and C0. You immediately gets the particular C1 value. Now here one thing is that for this 4-bit adder, here if we expand the previous expression, then we can expand it up to means Ci plus 1, that can be represented by, here you see that from Gi2 up to P0, Gi2 that P0. Now here it will be easy to understand if I show you this thing. Look here, C1. C1 is what? G0 plus P0 C0. Now C2. C2 is what? G1 P1 G0 P1 P0. Now this, in this C2 value, you see that G1 P1 G0 P0 is present and C0 is present. Then is no requirement of C1. That means what? That simultaneously generation of C1, C2, C3, C4 is possible. Here you see in case of C4 that C4 expression is have the particular value of G0 to G3 and P0 to P3, but only one carry value, that is C0. That means what? This 4-bit adder, will generate all the carry bits, means C1, C2, C3, C4 simultaneously. As it will generate the carry bits simultaneously, then there is no such carry propagation delay as we have seen in ripple carry adder, because here C1 is only depend upon this G0 P0 and C0. C2 is depend upon G0 P0 G1 P1 and C0. It's not depend upon the C1 carry. So here the equation we have seen, that equation show us that if we have the inputs and we have the C0, so within the particular, to get the carry value, we have to perform we can perform this, generate the carry, we can generate the carry value simultaneously using the generate and propagate function. Okay. Now using the generate and propagate function, it will going to carry look ahead. Carry look ahead means here you are generating the carry value ahead, okay, ahead of the propagation of the carry. So here in case of carry look ahead adder, delay through the adder is 3-gate delay for all carry bits and 4-gate delay for all sum bits. So 3-gate delay for all carry bits means that within 3-gate delay means here the gate delay is considering the XOR, not taking that XOR is implemented by 4 NAND gate. XOR is there as a XOR, NAND gate is there, AND gate is there as an AND gate, and so here it is taking 3-gate delay for generating the carry. Now 3-gate delay for generating the carry, let me show you this equation. 3-gate delay means what? Here G0 P0, G0 is XY YI, 1-gate delay, P0 is x1, uh, x x0 y0, 1 gate delay. P0 is x0 plus y0, 1 gate delay, and the the uh, then the particular G0 plus P0 C0. So here this G0 and P0 is generated simultaneously. Then there is a P0 C0 operation, and then there is a G0 plus P0 C0 operation. Now here you see that in C4 that all this G generation of G3 plus P3 G2 plus P3 P2 G1, all these values from G0 to G3 and P0 to P3 are simultaneously generated. Means generated simultaneously, and then to generate the C4 you required only 3 gate delay. Okay. Now as you get the C4, then to get the sum you required one more gate delay, that is 4 gate delay. So here it will be, so if in case of 4-bit look ahead adder, if we take 4-bit ripple carry adder, then 7 gate delay is required for generate the last sum bit, and 8 gate delay is required for generate the last carry bit. In case of 4-bit carry look ahead adder, 3 gate delay is required for all carry bits and 4 gate delay for all sum bits. Now here using 4-bit adder cascade, we can use implement 16-bit adder, means 4-bit adder. They can generate, they can facilitate to build the 16-bit adder. Now this 4-bit adder is nothing but the combination of three B cell. Okay. Now here GI G0I is the first level G0 and P0I. In the second level G02 and P02, that is the second level generate and propagate function. Now generate and propagate function second level means this 16-bit adder can use to build a 32-bit adder, means what, 2 16-bit adder can use to build a 32-bit adder, or 4 16-bit adder can use to build a 64-bit adder. So here label wise these generate and propagate functions can facilitate this carry look ahead adder creation with much more faster manner. Now here you please page number 407, we have seen the restoring division. In case of restoring division, this is the particular circuit arrangement for binary division. So in case of restoring division, we have seen that if there is a negative number, then we add the divisor again. If there is a positive number, then we do not add, and then we do the shifting. So ultimately in this A register we get the remainder, and the Q register we get the quotient. Now this circuit, you please follow. If there any question, like draw the circuit diagram for restoring binary division, then you draw this circuit diagram. Okay. Now here, if there any question that example of restoring division, then this will be the example of restoring division. Here you see that dividend is 10000 and divisor is 11. So ultimately, using the restoring division, we are getting remainder is 00010 and quotient also 0010. Quotient and remainder is same here. Another thing I want to just show you that how to design 1-bit ALU. Here, in case of 1-bit ALU, the circuit diagram say here, if there is a question that design a 1-bit ALU which will perform addition, subtraction, and or and not. Okay, so here you see that this particular circuit is used for T operation and or an adder, and which operation will perform, that depend upon this particular multiplexer is blue. Now this, if 00, then the output of AND gate will be the result. If 01, then output of OR gate will be the result. If 10, then output of adder will be the result. So this is an example of 1-bit ALU which performing 3 operation and or and adder. Okay. Now in this adder, if we modify the adder part, now here in case of subtraction, what is subtraction? A minus B. That means what? A plus 2's complement of B. Now that is what? That is A plus 1 complement of B plus 1. So here you see that by changing the adder little bit, here in case of subtraction we are going to use 1's complement of B. So we are inverted B, then B invert is inputted in the adder. If addition, then B is not inverted. Then here another carry in bit is 1 is given, because here you see in the subtraction 1 complement of B plus 1. So carry in we give 1, we get the particular carry. So here MIPS 1-bit MIPS, in case of MIPS, SLT is used, set less than. So set less than is checking that A is greater than B or A is less than B. Now if there is any question that design ALU, you don't have to go use the SLT set less than, because one bit ALU for MIPS is a particular architecture which first implement the means which use the 32-bit ALU design, which is used for 32-bit ALU design, and after that it is also used for 64-bit ALU design. Now here, if there is 6 operation, then you only have to increase the multiplexer bit and increase the number of gate. Okay, in addition with and or you also add say NAND, NOR. So then here you require the number of bits in multiplexer is more. Okay. Then 2 bit is not sufficient to multiplex between 6 operations. So means what? 6 operation is happening simultaneously, but only one operation's result will come out as a result. So for today, that's all. You please share your roll number through chat box.